I did say that we also cover cultural things on this channel. We're not just covering video game stuff. Last year, the Charlie Kirk incident happened, of course. It's almost been a year since then, and I was kind of broken up about that, and it took me a while to get a video out about that. And I initially, when I initially wanted to, so I made one video on it, and just to kind of give my thoughts and some encouragement, some scripture references, and some encouragement for the guys and gals out there that needed it, and just a different perspective on a way to look at that event. Charlie Kirk is still living rent-free in the minds of the people that did not like him. And they keep bringing him up. And so we've decided to respond a little bit. Because we should absolutely be able to respond. Charlie was a great dude. I still am on the opinion that I make Charlie Kirk look like a liberal because I'm way far to the right of Charlie Kirk. We considered Charlie Kirk a moderate because he's willing to reach out to the other side and try to reason with the other side. I don't believe the other side can be reasoned with. So there's things that we might disagree on a little bit. So I'm definitely further to the right of Kirk. We all love Kirk because he was that guy. He was the bridge. He was the glue holding everybody together for a while. Anyway, I want to go over some comments. I just commented on a Facebook post. Like, yes, and I still use Facebook occasionally, which makes me feel stupid. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go over some comments on this post here. A buddy of mine owns a cigar company. Not a buddy of mine, but like a guy I know owns a cigar company. We're not really buddies, but whatever. But anyway, so he's got this sign up here. And it says it's pretty friendly, right? Charlie Kirk is an American patriot. Prove me wrong. I don't think you can, because I think the results of what he did speak for themselves. I think Jesus would say that you can tell a good tree by its fruit, the fruit that it produces. If it were rotten fruit, then you'd have an argument. But Kirk brought us all together and kept us talking and kept it peaceful and encouraging. So I would call that good fruit. So nothing that the lunatics of the left, nothing that the lunatics of the left say or accuse him of is obviously true. Like it can't be true. Obviously, it obviously just can't be true, because there's just no way. Like the guy lived an outstanding life, giving his enemies the microphone. And when one side gets proven wrong, they always resort to, you're a PDF, you're an istophobe, you're a bigot, you're a bigot, all these things. But I'm just going to go through a couple of comments here. So I commented, it will always fascinate me that my neighbors want to shoot me simply for having an opinion that they don't like. I'm way to the right of Charlie Kirk. Dude was the most moderate you could ever be, and that's why we loved him. I don't really care to talk to these people because they want to shoot me. Like, they want me dead. And to be clear, I don't want them dead. I would love it if these people, even these people that comment stuff like this, like that just commented something mean about it, I would love it for these people, my neighbors, my fellow countrymen, to live long, prosperous, and happy lives alongside me. But they don't want to do that because they just don't like me. I don't really care either way about them. I don't necessarily like them either, but like, I don't want to kill them, and I don't want to live in a violent society. I want us all to live peacefully and prosperously. This is the poster here. I'm far to the right of Kirk, but he loved his family, faith, and country. That's true. And this guy, exactly. People forget how much of Charlie's work was simply conversation, not conversion, although there was some conversion. He walked into college campuses, handed a microphone to people who strongly disagreed with him, and debated them in public. In a country built on free speech, political disagreement should be answered with better arguments, never violence. I wholeheartedly agree with that. And even though I'm way to the right of Charlie Kirk, this is what I believe. This right here is what I believe. It should be nonviolent. We should be able to disagree nonviolently. But we can't anymore because you have these people being all nuts. This guy, tell us about how to the right of Kirk you are. Chirk. You got a little bit of a typo there. Minor spelling mistake. So instant, right? Is that what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to go minor spelling mistake. You lose the argument by default. That's how it's supposed to be. That's a joke, by the way. But it's just strange to me. And then what is this? Why not, though? You got a president calling for the execution of sitting Democrats who don't agree with his policies. Trump has never done that. And first of all, I never said anything in my initial comment about Trump, but that's what this guy's saying. I never said anything about Trump. I just said I'm fascinated that my neighbors and countrymen want to kill me because I have a different opinion. That's all I said. But this guy down here, you got a president calling for the execution of sitting Democrats who don't agree with their policies. What? I don't. Violence. Trump's never done that. And even if he did, that's not what I'm talking about. See, so that's another sign that these people don't want to reason with you. They just want to deflect to something else, move the goalpost, and be stupid. So I just commented, yeah, I wish I could make this stuff up. Let's go down here. So this is what really fascinated me right here. This guy right here, not me. This guy here, Bob Patrick, you're a bigoted PDF protecting traitor. Okay, I don't know what he's referring to. You're not someone with a slightly different view on fiscal responsibility that should be respected. Okay, so my first critique here to Mr. Patrick, English, do you speak it? I don't think this guy is even from America, if I had to be completely honest. Your opinions are regressive and evil. By what standard? I want to know by what standard. I want to know how you've come to that conclusion when you've never asked me about my opinions or anything of the like. You've never talked to me about it. You don't know them. So I want to know how you arrived at that conclusion and by what standard is it evil. And it should have been stamped out 200 years ago. So see, he wants me dead. He's saying your opinions are regressive and evil and should have been stamped out 200 years ago. Why should I have been stamped out 200 years ago? Like, I'm fascinated. Like, again, Mr. Patrick, I would like you, my fellow countrymen, if you are American, which I doubt you are because your ability to speak English is questionable at best. I would love to live in a prosperous and peaceful nation alongside you, if that's what you're willing to do. We can disagree peacefully, sir. So anyway, I of course replied. I wish I could speak English, dog. What the heck? So I'm evil? I meant to put a question mark there. So minor spelling mistake on my part, minor grammar error. Based on what? Also, if you believe I'm actually as evil as you say, what are you going to do about it? See, I love asking people this question, like, what are you going to do about it? Especially in real life too. Like, because when I'm street preaching or when I'm doing something, like, people will come up to me and say, like, oh, I'm evil. Oh, I'm destroying society. And I'm just standing there with a Bible, dog. Like, I'm standing there with a Bible and maybe a pocket edition of my Confession of Faith. And I'm just talking to people. Or, like, I'm doing something of the like. And I'm very introverted, so I don't do this stuff very often. I don't do the stuff that Charlie Kirk does, but, like, I've participated in street ministry. It's fun to go out and have conversations like this with people. But, like, I've never had an interaction where people actually got violent. But, like, when people actually go and say that you're evil and you should have been killed 200 years ago or you should have been stamped out 200 years ago, I always reply with, so if I'm as evil and as you say, and you believe that I should have been stamped out, or that I should be stamped out, what is it then? What is the next step? What do you, the other side, do about me immediately right now? Like, what do you do right now when confronted with me, the evil that you say that I am? When you're confronted with the evil, what do you do? That's the question that you have to ask. That's the ultimate question that you have to ask them. Like, they don't ever do anything. So, like, I think he deleted one of his replies. Oh, it got hidden by Facebook. Interesting. So he said something else in the middle of here, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I can't remember. So he says, this account is probably older than you are, traitor. Again, English commas or whatever. I think there's a comma that's supposed to go there. Did you think you found a bot that specifically targets 19-year-old incels? What am I going to do? Enjoy watching you and all your PDF-loving friends get what's coming to you. And remember what you all truly are when you inevitably start trying to retcon how disgusting you are when the political climate shifts and it's no longer chick? What? It's no longer chick to be a bigot? Sorry, what does that mean? This is why I'm like, that's a long sentence. That's a long sentence, good sir. So, see, he wants me stamped out up in his previous comment. He wants me stamped out, but down here, when he answers when I've asked him what he's going to do about it, when confronted with the evil, his response, I'm going to enjoy watching. So he's not going to do anything because he's a coward. Like, they're all cowards. They never do anything. And it's like this in real life too. When you're talking to them, like you ask them when you're in front of them, it's like, okay, so I'm the evil one here. You've just made this claim that I'm the evil one that should have been stamped out. Now you've been confronted with me. I'm right here in front of you. What's the next step? What do we do? They never have anything. They never do anything. It's fascinating. The cowardice is just amazing to me. So again, ladies and gentlemen, now that we're approaching the 1-year anniversary of the Kirk incident, thought I would just make a little something about it. And I find it fascinating. And I'm not going to repeat myself a whole lot about this whole I want to live peacefully thing, but I do want to live peacefully. I don't want to live in a world where we're killing each other based off of our opinions. It is of my opinion that the Disney Star Wars movies suck, but you don't see me getting violent or people getting violent over that toward me. we can at least disagree more, more peacefully on that. But we can disagree more like that. That'd be more fine for me. But no, it's just weird. So don't be like this guy. Don't be like any of these people. Don't wish for the death of your neighbor. When push comes to shove and something, if something were to go down and, you were going to get shot in the street because you voted a certain way, you absolutely still have the right to defend yourself. So I would advocate for staying safe, and I would advocate for lawful use of force in defensive scenarios. God forbid you live in a state that doesn't allow that. But I pray that everybody is able to defend themselves, stay safe, lawfully defend yourself if you need to. Learn how to defend yourself for sure. Both men and women need to do this. I also advocate for like men and women of any ideology, no matter what you believe. I believe everybody should learn basic self-defense techniques. Carry a firearm, take the classes, get licensed, all that stuff. Lawfully, peacefully, defend yourself. And be able to defend those around you, keep each other safe, stay safe. Yeah, about all I've got. But, yeah. God bless. Get out of here. Be good.